I just didn't want it to cause me to crash and he'd bend it anyway.
Oh, well. Right, okay, I've started the live stream. Oh, fucking hell, Bumpsall's joined. Right, what I remember... Trying to write a message and talk after drinking beer, it's not good. Okay, so on the live stream, gonna try and show just a couple of things. I mean, I've already shown how to drive this car, really. But I will give away a couple of big tips. Yes, you pervert. I said tips, not tits. Okay, the brakes. Right. I personally find the way of getting the fastest lap is to have the brakes towards the front. However, in the race, it kills the tyres. So, for me personally, on the brake bias, I'm at this track only so far. I think I'm running for qualifying 3 to the front, and then for the race I will probably run 3 to the back, and that is simply to help the tyre wear, but it comes with a risk, and that is the braking is nowhere near as good in the race mode, because you have to brake a bit earlier. Okay, I'll quickly, off top of my head as I'm doing this out lap, also for anyone that may be watching or listening, there are a couple of other people in the lobby, and if they talk, then you'll hear them. Maybe. They might just not talk though. Okay, so turns 1 and 2, I'm doing those in 2nd gear, and I'm approaching turn 1 in 4th, unless I'm in slipstream. And then I'm holding 3rd all the way, flat out, through this kink, and then I'm hard on the brakes as soon as possible for a 2nd gear corner where you want to be in this position, and then you can get on the power nice and early. Okay, here's a tip that may give people... Oh, Steve's following me, cheeky bastard. Right, that may help people a lot. I'm entering here, 3rd gear. Turning point is crucial, don't get the big bit of the curb, but then at this point, change into 4th gear. It makes it a lot more stable all the way up the hill and a little quicker on the exit. However, if you have clobbered the curb, stay in 3rd. Also, if your tyres are worn, stay in 3rd. Okay, down the hill, braking at about 140. Braking hard, but downshifting as late as possible for a 2nd gear corner. Don't get on the power too soon, you'll run wide on the exit, and that'll get worse and worse as you run through. Okay, this is the only place I'll do a short shift, kind of, into 4th gear in this chicane, to then take the 2nd chicane flat out in 4th gear, doing about 155 to 160 mile an hour. Final corner, braking at very, very latest, just before the curb, 2nd gear corner. Don't get on the power too soon because you'll understeer wide. So let's go and do a few laps to see how we get on. Now, with the brake bias being towards the rear, it may take me a lap or 2 to get into it. Also, I've had a few beers, so fuck it. Braking about 125. Wasn't ideal through there. Right, hold on to 3rd gear, stay flat out, get on the curb, on the brakes hard. 2nd gear, get it turned in, and on the power as aggressively as you can. Now the tricky bit, hold 3rd, lift at the end of the change of tarmac, up to 4th. Don't clobber the big bits of the curb, because it'll bounce you wide like that. Don't need 5th gear unless you're in slipstream. Brake at about 140. And wait before you get on that power. Up to 4th, into the chicane, for flat out. Oh, into the wall of dead. It's always a risk. Now, to be fair, doing it in 4th gear, if you're hesitant at all about whether you've got the turning point right, you can lift off and save yourself usually. I didn't lift, so I couldn't save myself. Right, okay, so I'm going to try doing that all over again. So, braking 140-ish, 125. But I want to point out as well, the point that I'm changing gear. When I'm downshifting, I'm not bouncing off any rev limiters or downshifting too soon. I'm downshifting at a point where the revs are fully in control. So at the bottom of the hill where I'm going to go down to, I'm waiting until as late as possible to do the 2 downshifts. So the way I'm doing it is brake, wait, then shift. So brake, wait, shift. You do 2 downshifts very close together then, without either of them bouncing off the limiter. Gives you very stable braking. Up to 4th, let's try and get it right this time. Easy flat, bit low on the speed though. Okay, braking about 110. Again, not abusing the downshifts. Okay, 128.5, not a great lap time. Okay. Now with the brakes to the rear, the car tends to want to pitch in or turn in a little bit when you stamp on the brakes. If it does that too much for you, then move it forward a bit. Now you can hold 3rd gear up the hill if you wish. It can be very useful, especially if your tyres wear. But I have personally found it slower to shift up to 4th at the top of the hill than at the bottom of the hill. Much better speed through the bus stop this time. Nice exit out the final corner as well. 27.9, not bad. Now what you'll find as well is if you're downshifting too soon and you are bouncing off the limiter, your car won't slow down as quick. Little late on the brakes there. Oh, could see that coming. I was bloody up then as well. Oh, he's clipped the wall. Right. So let's watch how Steve F1 is doing it. So you can sandbag now, Steve, and then SGP won't see it. I could give away a couple of other crazy tips as well, which I might do in a moment actually. Interesting, Steve takes a more a sooner entry towards that corner. Oh, he's gone up to 4th gear before the left. Interesting.
I don't know if that's right. It's just what I'm doing.
But I think it all depends on what you're comfortable with. Personally, I found when I was going up to 4th, I was struggling to make the corner, and I'd have to come back to 3rd, and realised I'm just wasting time changing gears. Okay, here's crazy tip number 1 for you for qualifying. If you change into 4th gear before the start finish line, you don't lose any time changing gear into 4th. However, for the end of the lap, if you don't change gear into 4th before the finish line, you don't lose any time changing gear. So that's got Steve thinking now, that's why he's lost some time.
Yeah. And the race it would be no good too though.
Oh yeah, but that would be pointless. It'd only work for qualifying.
It makes sense, yeah, in qualifying.
Although actually it might work in the race. If you were in a drag race to the finish line, if someone upshifted but you don't, it might be just enough. What you got your brake bias at?
3 to the front.
I thought your car was looking very stable.
There you go, gain some time doing that.
There you go, see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, in the race I'll probably have a neutral rather than to the front though.
Yeah.
Check the front tyres.
I found having it to the front, 3 to the front is where I can do my fastest laps. No, sorry, not 3, 5. Sorry, 5 to the front is where I can do my fastest laps. But if I do that in the race, I destroy the tyres after 10 laps. I managed to, in 2 sort of back-to-back runs, my first run, I destroyed them in 8 laps and then went from doing 127s to doing 130s. And in my second run, I went from doing 127s for 10 laps and then was in the 29s. That was just through keeping the brake bias but driving accordingly.
Yeah.
But I did find in the race last night that, yeah, having the brakes to the front wasn't an advantage.
Front tyres too much in that.
Yeah.
The practice race last night.
Yeah. The thing is, once they start going and you get the understeer in, it's very difficult to bring them back in and keep the lap time. I mean, when you think if someone pits and then they're doing 127s and you're doing 29s or 30s.
Yeah.
Should have shifted before the line there. Now with my brake bias to the front as well. I can brake a little bit later than having it to the rear. Oh, it's going wide. Wrong line there. Have you noticed that this car really doesn't like some of the curves? If you hit the leading edge of a curve.
Yeah, it depends on the angle you hit it, doesn't it? Yeah. Not so bad for the bus stop ones, but the ones at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Can be brutal.
I've just realised something crazy that I do through the bus stop. Through the second part, I actually let go of the wheel to let it turn the opposite direction quicker. I wouldn't recommend doing that though, anyone, if you're not used to doing it.
You're just doing it subconsciously, aren't you?
Yeah.
You start doing it thinking about it.
Oh, fucking hell. See, now I will probably crash now thinking about it. But it's one of those things, like, from doing all the drifting, there's a lot of times where it's faster to just let go of the wheel and then re-grab it.
That's where you've got that from then.
Yeah. Oh, come on the curve. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Too late. Turned in way too late then. For anyone that, by the way, is struggling for a turning point for the second part of the bus stop, before the end of the curb on the right hand side wall. Normally most cars I'd say turning at the end, but no, in this you've got to do it before the end. George curb. I'm going to hold third.
That's right, I've been going wrong in the bus stop. I was turning at the end of the curb.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
I mean, I did notice, like, once I started taking it in fourth gear, I was turning in a bit earlier and making the corner a lot easier. But it's kind of, I know sometimes I've had people ask me whether it's like the tips I give are relevant to every car. And sometimes the answer is yes, and then every now and again there's something that's a bit unique, and this is one of those in a way that this car is so fast that for fast corners you actually want to turn in quite early, but don't turn in that much, because the car's automatic grip will get you through the corner. But if you turn that same amount but do it later, you won't get through the corner. So then what you end up doing is, if you try turning in later, you end up having to steer more to try and make the corner. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's mainly in fast corners. I mean, slow corners is very different, but I mean, interestingly, one of the corners where the corner that I actually learned that about, right, and it's a shame in a way that it's not available to show on this game. Silverstone, the old turn 1. To be able to take it flat out in F1 cars, you had to turn in at a certain point, probably earlier than many people would imagine, and that would allow you to then not steer that much but get through the corner flat out. But, oh, good speed through there that time. Drew's got the fastest lap.
What car's he in?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That was my first reaction.
It's probably the Alpine. Oh no, he's in. Yeah. It's a Peugeot. It's a fucking brilliant car, that Peugeot. To be fair, I found it to be one of the best futuristic Group 1 cars. It's not quite as OP as the Alpine, but the interesting thing for me though with someone like Drew, and I know Drew was watching my YouTube, he might still be. I was about to give him a compliment and he's just gone and crashed, probably because he heard me mention his name. What I was going to say with someone like Drew is, it doesn't really matter what car he's in. What I would be interested in seeing from someone like Drew is he keeping it on the road? It doesn't matter what car he's in, is he keeping it on the road? Because that's what I'd say. I've drank too much, I'm just fucking waffling here. Maybe I should start. Hey, think about it, right? Drew was listening to me when I was playing football the other day, and I came up with the idea of a podcast and a name for a podcast.
Alright.
Yeah, called UFC. Ultimate Fat Cunt.
I wonder where that is going.
But yeah, so anyway, so for someone like Drew, I've known for a long time. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like if My Bad joined, I wouldn't care what car My Bad uses. Not that he's called My Bad on this anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, he's into the barrier.
Followed me.
Yeah. One of the things I would say though, for anyone that is watching my live stream that has GT Sport and is on occasion interested, it's always handy having a look at the DGT YouTube channel to see which cars we're going to be using, get the settings right, even come and take the lobby settings and see how you get on with the cars if you want to compare yourself. Because I mean, okay, Drew is very quick in that car, but it'd be interesting whether we could go quicker in it. Well, probably potentially could, but it is a nice car though, that Peugeot. Oh, and waffling a little bit, I do know the I think the next 2 championship cars have been decided, you know.
Ooh.
Did you pit on lap 9? No, you can't, Riddle. Not that time.
It.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, so you've done sort of 10, 11 laps and then it's got to the 130s.
I can feel the understeer now. My front tyres are knackered.
Yeah. You've still got the brakes to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you move them to the rear now, it won't help you.
No.
But
Damage is done to the
yeah.
tyres.
The only way you can kind of fix it is to not brake as late as you know you can on that brake setting. That was how I managed to get around it, but I mean, 13th lap, 28.9. I mean, that's still not bad.
Yeah, about a second and a half off
Yeah.
what fresh tyres would be.
I mean, the thing is, the pit stop's not that long either. It's what, about 8 seconds, 7, 8 seconds, I think. Maybe 9. So it's kind of like, how many laps do you do losing a second and a half? 6, 7.
Yeah.
But if everyone's doing that, yeah. I mean, one thing yeah, well, that's why once the tyres start to wear, you can't take it in 4th gear. The whole lot becomes 3rd gear corners, I found.
What do you reckon, a 1 or a 2 stop race? One or the other, isn't it?
You know what? I don't know, because... Oh, unlucky. It depends. If you're up at the front, 1 stop. If you're not up at the front, a 2 stop could work wonders for you. I mean, 1 stop is doable. I think 1 stop is kind of easily doable, but yeah, it's
whether better lap times on fresh tyres might be worth the extra stop or not.
Well, that's the thing. Better lap time, well, more grip, better lap time, and the boost. Because I mean, one thing that I saw, I mean, Twilight in the practice race, I think he pitted like fucking 6 times. Because he was able to pit and then catch up to the pack and couldn't go anywhere, so he pitted again. It's like, okay, it kind of defeats the object, like, a little bit, defeats the purpose, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with him doing that. I mean, if you think about it, that's how SGP's done a few of his recovery drives to wins or even second places. Yeah, I think if pitting puts you in the pack, you're in trouble. But anyone that pits before 20 minutes, 25 minutes, they're on multiple stops. I mean, when we look at the race we did yesterday, I think Fluffy pitted a fair few times as well. And he was sort of right in that pack for 3rd, I think it was, towards the end. Yeah, well, they both really like this car though, don't they? I mean, Connor's another one. Connor in this car.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for him that his wheel's fucking up. But we might need his wheel to fuck up to beat him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I said, Mitch as well. I mean, that's an interesting one, because this car does not mind you throwing it about, and we're not having to worry about fuel. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on. George Curb. That was close. 27-2. still undecided of how I'm going to apply my throttle through turns 1 and 2. I tried using turn 1 as part of the braking zone for turn 2 yesterday. It doesn't really work in a race situation, and it's risky as fuck in a qualifying situation.
Yeah, I always like to slow down a bit more so then I get a better exit actually.
I mean, something that I think I would like everybody to learn potentially in this car early on is if you fight, you lose time. So if you've got someone that's edging away at the front and there's a battle for second and third, attacking. It sounds negative that, but it's only from the practice race yesterday where was it? I think I had Dave the Art behind me who wasn't attacking me, and when he wasn't attacking me, I was catching up to you and SGP at about a second a lap. Right? Someone came along, got involved, right? Attacked Dave. Dave dropped off. Then they attacked me. That battle went on for 2 or 3 laps, and we lost like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the battle, but at the same time, I'm thinking, fuck off, you cunt! Oh dear. Alright, are you up for a 25-minute race?
Yeah.
Let's see if Drew is, shall we?
Bunsel's left.
Yeah, well, Bunsel normally, with me, he tends to come in, do a few laps to get a feel for it, takes the settings, right? So that he can then practice. So I know, for example, on occasion that Twilight may... because Twilight, he goes to bed at 9 o'clock, doesn't tend to see Bunsel come on late at night. But Bunsel, I know, he's come on quite often, and then takes the settings, so he's got them. I mean, and I will say as well, Bunsel, I don't think he had a fucking penalty after race 3 in the last championship. I don't think he was even reported. So either he didn't do anything wrong, or when he did something wrong, he did something right afterwards. Twilight's watching. Hello, Twilight.
That's your bedtime, Twilight.
Drew's gonna absolutely annihilate us. He's got a fucking Peugeot hybrid, but
rocket ship.
Yeah. Oh well. Right, so, okay, yeah, so here, in this race, I'm not going to use my brake bias to the front.
No, normally.
Because it will just destroy the tyres.
Just try to 5 to the front, it's noticeable how much better it is at the braking.
Oh, yeah, it is phenomenal. You can be so much more on the brakes for longer.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I have tried it in a race, and yeah, 10 laps was... After that, I was just losing so much time. Oh, excuse me. The rolling starts are going to be interesting as well.
Yeah, at the back, those are the boosts.
Yeah.
The boosts you're getting now.
Yeah. But also know that some of them at some tracks, fucking hell, they are going to be in the middle of court. Monza. Well, fucking hell, Monza, yeah, you could... The amount of places someone could gain. But then at like Le Mans, they're going to be in the middle of the double chicanes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, it can put you some horrible start conditions.
Yeah. Always wiggling.
Stripping through the S's. Now he'll pull away through the flat section.
It depends, he's gone defensive. I'll tell you what, on cockpit view there's a right evil blind spot on the right hand side A-frame.
Yeah, I'm getting cockpit view this season in this car. I really like the cockpit view.
Yeah. I raised mine up, I think, to about 3 or 4. I just found it helped.
Yeah, I like the higher. I like it to be as hard as possible.
I'm just half tempted to, bye.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm half tempted to move the seat back, but I don't like being that far away from the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going wide.
Oh, that's going to spin on him. No, no.
He saved it. That Peugeot is a good fucking car.
Just look at following us. Even when he got sideways, he got it back under control. What feels it more?
Fuck me, that's a rocket.
Just keeps accelerating all the way down the straight. Is he going to make it? Yes. Just about.
No. Oh. Just. I'll go wide. It's definitely noticeable when you get a bit of dirty air with these cars.
Could be interesting. First of 16 cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Now that's in.
It's gone, yeah.
Ooh. It's funny, if you get high up on that exit curve, it'll spin you.
Oh, yeah.
Something I noticed from yesterday's race.
Oh, I'm offline.
Oh, he did it again.
That was close.
Just a bit.
So it's so crucial to not hit that first curve wrong.
Yeah.
Ooh, he was on the brakes then, he shit himself. Thing is, when you're on the wrong line, sometimes on the brakes is the only thing you can do.
Exactly.
Just when you think you got the move done.
I know.
Oh, he's gone deep.
Oh, he still saved it.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, cheers for the boost. Oh, he's lost the rear again. Fucking hell, Dave. I just accidentally fucking tapped the fucking handbrake button.
Bloody hell. Just gonna fly past me on the straight, although he's got
oh yeah, he's still gonna fly past you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
He's got it done. Oh, has he? No. Oh, that's so demoralising. Oh, there we go. There's what that curve can do.
Oh yeah. absolutely nailed through there. To be fair, Drew's line was fine. It just cautious.
Yeah.
Gotta run.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm at the wall on the exit.
On the brakes. Ooh.
It wasn't on the brakes that time. The brakes are good on that car.
Oh,
It's funny there. Thing is, well, I suppose his tyre wear could be kicking in now. No!
Oh, no.
That was just bad driving or daydreaming. Bring these tyres back in. With the amount of wear that I've got, I should be able to still do high 27s, low to mid 28s. Oh, excuse me. Wide. Oh, way too late on the brakes there. Yeah, I think it's got to that stage where using fourth gear up the hill might not work.
It's not working. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was hitting fucking both walls then. Fucking hell.
Look at the speed.
Oh, it wasn't. He didn't break that time.
To the one drop.
Oh, he got on the curb then. I don't think it liked the curb at the kink there. Oh no, he spun it.
Oh, he's spun. Oops.
He's now into a phase where it doesn't matter how well you've looked after your tyres, they are going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
I had a horrible line all the way up there then.
Oh, too deep. Oh, I haven't got the grip now. That's getting too late.
Yeah, tyres are definitely struggling a little bit now. That's a better line now. I can stay flat up there this time. And we're both about to get overtaken. Oh, I went way too slow there. That was fucking close.
Oh, yeah, look at the speed.
Oh no, it didn't want to stop.
Great move.
Unlucky.
They're nicely slow down and then hit the wall.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. That last lap was 1:31.
My rear tyres were going on that last lap.
He made it interesting having Drew there in a overpowered car.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, I'm going to end my live stream there. I think I'm also going to be done for driving tonight. It is quite energy sapping, these cars. Yeah. I think there'll be a few people that sleep well on Thursday night and wake up on Friday with fucking aching arms. But anyway.
And ringing ears.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking hell, yeah. Right, I'm going to end my stream there. You're right, Drew, that was fun. You were unlucky at the end there. Right, have a good one, everybody, and she'll see you soon.